Hi everyone, this is Liz with 143 Handmade, and I have a pocket project for you today, or like a folio. Here's one that I did some pretty extensive stenciling on. Here's a plain one. I do have them configured slightly different, but they're all basically the same. You know, it's one of those where there's some variation to it. That's, you know, you can decide on how you want it done. So those are the empty ones, and then I have some full ones that I've already filled with ephemera. And these will be up for sale both individually and with my journals as an, you know, as an addition to those. They each come with a big altered paper clip to hold it closed, and then several pieces of ephemera. I'll decide on a number, and that'll be in the listing. So that just to give you a quick idea of what we're doing today. So let me set those aside. There's another couple. This one I did all in red. So here we go. This is a great way to use up book pages. I highly recommend getting just a book block, you know, a text block like this, or just a book that you're willing to rip out of. It doesn't have to have the cover already off. But just using the same book, so that way all the pages are already all the same size, saves you a lot of time and trouble. So I just ripped off, I don't know, like it was like 4. It doesn't really matter because you're gonna have to tear off quite a few. So I kind of make it in a couple of different pieces. And so I fold down like that, pick one corner and fold it down. Opposite directions, one to the right, one to the left. And then set those on like so. Let me grab my glue. Okay. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit of glue here to hold that flap down. And then all the way down this edge, across the bottom, and up this short edge. And then place it down. And because you know the book pages are from the same book, it just fits. Everything fits nicely. You don't have to worry about anything. You know, wipe off the tip of your glue, tack that down, and right around this edge again. Same spot. Essentially, you want the long, you know, both the long and the short side completely covered, as well as the bottom. To make it a pocket. This is the glue version. I will have another version where I do it with the sewing. Clean my desk. Look at all that glue. That's okay. So there we go. That's one piece of it. And then for this front part, you can add another pocket by folding a piece. Start just by folding that edge down a bit. And if you just go all the way up like that, it will be too tall. See how it overlaps like that? So hold it in place. Actually, I'll do it this way. And then that way I can just fold it the right way from the get-go. Just mark it like so. And you can either, you know, continue to fold this in so that way you're not wasting that paper or tearing it off, or you can get rid of that bulk by trimming it off. Totally your call. I think on this one I'm going to go ahead and just glue it in there. Just a little bit of glue on the inside. Wipe off the tip of my glue on my glue caddy here, because it had grabbed something from somewhere. Here we go. And right across this top area as well, just to seal that up really good, make that like all one piece of paper. Really good. Ooh, much a drip. Caught it. Okay. And run the glue on both sides as well as along the bottom to form the pocket. And it's up to you how much you want to worry about the words being right side up and all of that. I did fold it that way this time, but in some of the examples you'll see that I have stuff going sideways and whatnot, so that doesn't bother me. But just in case it does bother you, there's ways to do it. Okay. So there's that section. And then I create the middle. Okay, see these two sheets I'll set aside because they have a lot of the white on them. So those don't get used in the same way. And now we want to fold 3 in half. And again, you can be as worried about direction as you want to. After you see how this goes together, you can play with the orientation. I don't really worry about it. Like I said, I'm not fussy about that. Okay, and then what you want to do is put glue all along the edge, the outer edge of one, and most of the way down. Don't worry about getting it all the way to the crease, because then what I do is I take the piece that I'm going to lay down on top of it and I run a bead of glue right along that edge. So it doesn't matter that when I scribbled, you know, I didn't necessarily get it as far over as I needed. And then you lay these on top of each other, like so. And do the same thing on this side. Some scribbles most of the way. And then figure out, okay, this one's going to open that way. So put glue along this edge. And, you know, it seems a little confusing, but if you just go through it step by step, it makes sense. If you make a lot of pockets in paper stuff, it'll come together for you pretty quickly. And then flip it over and glue down the other flap. Yep, just glue it all the way down. You're not forming pockets, you are creating the hinge. Okay, you can see how that hinges right there. We've got that fold. And now take this, and on this side, go ahead and put glue as far down as you want. I'm just going to line it up right here on this edge and leave it out a little bit, which means that I put a little bit of extra glue up there, so I'm just going to wipe it off. Okay, you can see how that forms the pocket, the glue that in that U shape, and then we just set it down on top of this other one on the back of it, and that forms that pocket, that tuck spot there, and that puts this all in the front. And then we have this other piece, and we can create another set of pockets, and these you can, you know, play with your book pages and fold them, you know, however you like, really. This is just my take on it, just one way of doing it that I thought looked pretty cool. So we just do that again. We fold one to the left and one to the right, folding those corners down. And just a little bit of glue to kind of tack that in there. And then glue all the way around this edge. Now you want to make sure to get, you know, appropriate amount of glue for the type of glue you're using. you know, because different glues take different amounts, you know. Like this stuff doesn't take a lot. You can get away with just a very thin amount of this Fabrifix. But most silicone glues that I've used have had pretty similar results. So, there we go. Pull down this long edge. And along the bottom again, and back up. There we go. Trying to do this quickly, but you know, this is the first one I've actually glued. The others, all I did was hold them in place and sewed them on the sewing machine. So, but I knew it would work just fine with the glue. And so we can do the same thing on this one, and we can glue it any number of ways. You know, we could put this way and have both tuck spots in the middle and have this on the back. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go ahead and put our glue on here in our classic U shape for our tuck spot. And set this guy on top. There we go. And now you've got this little booklet that you can fill with ephemera. You know, you could take this and as with you when you're traveling, and to tuck all those different little pieces of paper that you collect along the way into. You can add another pocket on here in numerous ways. So thank you so much for watching, and I will do another one where I decorate this.